What myth might end up killing you one day? The myth that lightning never strikes twice in the same place. You don't want to be there when it does. It's actually pretty dumb. If lightning never strikes the same place twice, what is the point of a lightning rod? Alligators can't catch you if you run zigzag falls. Alligators can reach speeds of up to 30 miles per hour in short bursts and can fairly easily outrun a human if they choose to chase one down. If an alligator starts to chase you, your best bet of getting away is actually running in a straight line because their blind spot is directly in front of their nose. I'm Korean. Koreans believe in fan death. I sleep with 3 fans during the summer. Someone please tell my mom I love her. People would warn me not to look, but I'd probably try to sneak a peek at Medusa. I'm only going a block. I don't need to wear my helmet. Edit. While it's probably good advice for cyclists, I was thinking for motorcyclists. 100%. I once fell off a bicycle after literally just leaving the driveway and smacked my head so hard that I had a seizure and got a concussion and have no memory of leaving my house or the ambulance ride all the way up until I woke up in the hospital 6 hours later. I was finding random scabs on my body for a while after that, aside from the big one on my shoulder, since I apparently landed on it at one point. I didn't knock myself out, but when I was 12 I hung a bag from my handlebar and started to pedal out of my driveway. The bag instantly caught the front wheel and stopped it, flipping me over the front. When we were young, my sister was going down this steep bridge in our neighborhood and panicked. She hit her front brakes only and flipped over the bars onto the road. She was just a little scratched up, but my brother still has stomach pains from laughing so hard. That moss only grows on one side of the tree. I believe people say the north side. This is false. A park near me had a plaque explicitly to debunk that myth. I believe the exact wording is, as you can see, it grows all the way around. I like to imagine it's some park ranger's way of saying beach. Look, it's right in front of you. A vampire will come into my room uninvited one night and I will pour the contents of the bag of rice I keep beside me at all times. Since my dear wife Anne's died, it is the closest thing I have for feminine company, onto the ground. Aha. I will yell triumphantly, you, a vampire, must now count all those pieces of rice before you can come one step closer to me, you foolish creature of the night. No, the vampire will reply, eating me. That the BBB is a government organization. It's really just a scammy precursor to Yelp. Could trusting a BBB rated company cost you your life? Maybe in the most extreme cases. A lot of people call the BBB old people Yelp, but you also have to remember that some companies are being run by old people. I once had a problem with a company and I tried calling them using Facebook and then Twitter. My issue was promptly escalated, which seems to have meant was sent to another person to ignore. Somebody suggested the BBB, and next thing I know I have an executive customer service person who made things happen. According to the upvotes in the thread about what might save your life someday, people are thinking that adrenaline will give them enough strength to pull themselves up off a ledge when they normally can't move an inch. Adrenaline isn't magic. Sure, it's a hell of a pain reliever and can give you a little boost. I read the other thread. Even though grips differ, I tend to agree that if you can't do a pull-up on a pull-up bar, you ain't climbing up off a ledge without help. I feel like during a storm at sea I would be compelled to reenact Lieutenant Dan's challenge to the ocean in Forrest Gump. Except the difference would be Poseidon would then go ahead full on murder me. The reverse Tinkerbell effect. It's not quite a myth, but go with me on this one. The Tinkerbell effect is that the more we believe, the stronger it is. So, like Tink, when she needed us, we believed, and she was brought back to strength, right? So the reverse is that the more we believe in something, the less power it has, or the less likely we are to give it any credit. Best example is I'm safe in my car. This results in humans hurtling down the road, no seatbelt, texting, Snapchatting, fiddling with the radio, zigging and zagging in and out of traffic. We believe we are safe, though we are still in insanely heavy vehicles surrounded by others doing similar nonsense. I believe I'm going to die because some shat hits me because they were distracted by sliding into some hotties DMs. The myth that you have to wait 24 hours to report a missing person. The first 24 hours are crucial to finding someone that has gone missing, so I would hope that my friends, family, and coworkers wouldn't wait, but you never know. Unlike in every single movie with a defibrillator scene, it does nothing to help if someone's flatlining. It would make things even worse. Thankfully leads make decisions for you in case you panic, and go with what you know from the big scram. They actually make them idiot proof. If you see one, many restaurants public places walk have them. Don't be afraid to use it on someone dying. Most cases a loud voice will walk you through everything. Worst case, Good Samaritan laws cover your ass from being sued. Many Asians believe that eating durian and drinking alcohol is deadly. Just went to Thailand and our guide warned us repeatedly not to drink for 24 hours after eating durian. Chinese say durian makes you hot, and so does hard liquor. Neither is true, and the two together is deadly. I'm a skeptic, so did some research. Lots of rumors, studies, some pro and lots of con. I drank with no issue, and just told my in-laws and the tour guide that it only affects people that flush when they drink, so I'm immune. Vietnamese PPL think, if you position your body any way other than upright, your organs will be rearranged and potentially kill you. I used to do handstands and walk on my hands as a teen to scare my mom. Lol. No pain, no gain. If my chest starts hurting, I'll just think I'm getting massive heart gains. My heart is going to be so swole when they do my autopsy. Stabbing the EpiPen in the heart for people having allergic reactions. Thigh. People, even over clothes. Also stab and hold for 10 seconds. Then get to a hospital. Loch Ness Monster is going to be coming for my tree fiddy one of these days, and when I do not have it squish I go. That saturated fats clog your arteries and low fat is good for you. Neither is true. Your body actually needs saturated fats. This theory has been debunked a long time ago, but didn't gain the spotlight because all these studies etc are funded by food companies and manufacturers, and they'll be at loss if everyone came to know. You can Google more of this, or read this freaking amazing book called Deep Nutrition by Dr. Catherine Shanahan. I think that's what her name was. There has been quite a bit of evidence that all food is bad for you. 100% of people who ate food died. But seriously, that's true. The anti-saturated fat movement was also kept alive by the vegetarians vegans. There is also a good bit of science saying that eating cholesterol-rich foods has no negative effect on your cholesterol levels, which actually measure your body's carriers for cholesterol called lipoproteins. And that the deadly low-density lipoproteins LDL are made when your body produces them from sugar-based sources. People really shouldn't be eating that much carbohydrates, but during the war, when meat was scarce, the government had a plan to keep people alive by feeding them a bunch of extra bread and starches which were plentiful. Now that meat is available again, people are having a hard time going back because they grew up with their parents telling them that fat is bad, and it doesn't help that carbs are almost always significantly cheaper than protein sources. That juice of some sort of conspiracy for world domination, or whatever reason white supremacists find to hate us. Thing is, I haven't even had a bar mitzvah or something, and I'm pretty much totally disconnected from religion. But I have a Jewish name, so who knows? That moss grows only on the north side of trees. That laws are inherently moral. That cops are there to protect and serve you. That you can suck snake or spider venom out of a bite. That an undercover cop has to tell you Hesh is a cop. That your government would never do something like that. Don't try to suck the poison out of a venomous snake bite. It is ducking poison. After all, poison and venom are two very different things. Poison. Don't eat venom. Don't get it into your blood. Her online dating profile says she likes PBR. I will just assume she's a hipster and that she likes Pabst Blue Ribbons. Little did I know that in this case PBR means permanent ball ripping. Weed driving is different than drunk driving and not impaired driving. Seriously, the number of people who believe this, even on Reddit. I'd probably be letting a daddy long legs crawl on my hand while telling my sons the one about daddy long legs being quite poisonous, but having mouths too small to actually bite into a human skin. I had a college biology professor tell me that myth once. Fortunately he liked me, so when I corrected him, he was gracious about it, and I only got 20 lashes instead of the usual 50. That sharks will only bite if you touch their private parts. I don't need to go to the doctor, I'll be fine. Depends. If you mean a myth-like situation, I call shotgun on a griffin. If you mean a myth, for example, an adrenaline shot to the heart, it's definitely gonna be a shark attack. You see, most shark attacks are mistakes and just bites, not deaths. I suppose I'm just gonna panic and drown. Semicolon closed bracket closed bracket.